Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're working on my 1959 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. That's right, this is the 6.4 liter, and we're going to be doing the brakes. This is a rear drum, and we're going to be rebuilding the brake cylinder. We're also going to be using 5 AMSOIL products on this brake setup. This is the .3.4 synthetic brake fluid. We're going to be using the MP metal protector. This is like a PB blaster, breaks rusted, bolts free, also protects metal and locks, drives moisture out. You got the HD version. This is for cars back east. This car came from back east. This will protect all your metals, your copper, and this is a very thick film, protects from salt. And then you got your wheel well protectant and plastics. This is a proprietary anti-stick plastic protection, and this is called Mudslinger. It doesn't allow sand, dirt, rocks, all that stuff to stick. And we got the multi-purpose 100% synthetic grease. This is actually a proprietary grease, has a much higher film strength under high heat, and also because of the quality of the synthetic and the additives, it also flows better in cold conditions. So on wheel bearings, especially like the front wheel bearings on this car, very important on those wheel bearings. All right, so we're tearing her down. This is all the hardware that came off, all the spring clips, all the basic hardware of every type of drum. And now we're taking off the cylinder. And this is the hydraulic on power brakes. And we're unthreading it off the brake line. And we're gonna go ahead and see what we got here. We did the other one, it looked pretty rough. This one should be pretty rough too. So let's see what we got. We're gonna tear her down right now. We're going to pull off the cups like this. Little leakage right here. You can see a little leakage in the corner. Let's take a look at this side. Here we go. Now we're going to punch right through. See what we got. See what we got. Wow, definitely some leakage through. Got some stuff to sand off. I gotta get this rubber out. Just pushing her sideways. And there's a spring in there. And there she pops. And there's all the sludge. Lots of sludge just like the other side. The rubber still is in one piece. Here's your spring. Lots of good sludge in there. Now we're going to punch her all the way through. And out the other side, there's the other rubber, all your sludge, and here's inside the wheel cylinder. So now we're going to hone that out with the special tool and clean her up. Right, now we're going to spray her off with some brake clean, but first let's go ahead and pop off our bleeder valve. Got our 7/16. Everything on this car is American. Absolutely zero metric. And there she is. See what type of sludge we got in here. After 60 years. Look at that thing. It's totally sludged up. Take a look inside. And now we're going to spray her out. Let's see what we got. Got some brake clean. Let's see what type of corrosion we got. All right, take a look inside. This is what we're going to hone. We're going to hone all that in there and clean up all that deposits and all that scratchiness from all the years of having mineral type of brake fluid. Now we're going to synthetic .3.4. This boils above the standard of boiling point of 368 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is the .4.3 boiling point, so it exceeds .4, and that's what you want to do, is you want to put the best brake fluid in as you can. Obviously you don't need like a super racing brake fluid, but the better off, you're going to have less wear and less deposits. It's time to hone her up. Let's do it. So this is the fourth one I've done on the car so far. We got this all cleaned out with brake cleaner. Now all you do is grab some brake fluid, come here, I'm gonna go ahead and dump her in, make a little seal, go ahead and stick some fingers in there, lube her up, get her all nice and wet. Like we know, the wetter the better, obviously. And you can see it's all nice and lubricated in there. And now we just take the drill, stick in the honing tool, and what we're going to do, we're just going to hold her straight up and down. And that's it. Goes like butter. Oh, oh, shouldn't do that. There we go. Just go up and down. It's that time to go ahead and assemble our cylinder. This is our 1-inch master cylinder. Got her all honed out, looks nice and clean. This is the original from '59. So we're going to take some brake fluid, go ahead and wet her up a little bit, pour it in the old hole here. It's our brake hole. Go ahead and get her all nice and lubed. And now we take our rubbers and we're going to come right here. And it actually goes in this way. Just slips in like butter. That's it. Boom. Now we take our spring. Spring goes in, just like so. Take our other rubber cap, like this. Put it on. And there we are. Done. Push it in a little bit, just like that. Take our steel ends. These are our ends. They're all nice and cleaned up. Take them. Those go in, like so. Push those together. Boom. Good. And now we have all our hardware here. And I want to show you what we did. We took the MP metal protector. This is the stuff that keeps all the rust away, keeps moisture out, all different stuff like that. And we just hit all our parts just like this. Just hit all your hardware. And that saturates the metal super fast. And now we're going to come here with our end caps. And that's what keeps all the dust and dirt out. And these just roll on. Just like so. Boom. Now this side wants to punch out on you, so you got to watch it. Watch yourself. And now we're going to come here, put your other cap on. That'll hold that in. And now we're going to throw on our bleeder and go ahead and do our final assemble. All right, we got her all nice and set up. Bleeder screws in, everything looks good. Now we're going to prime her up. We're just going to fill her up until she overflows. And perfect. Good to go. And now when we go ahead and plug her in, put the new brake hose on, thread it on. I'm leaving this valve open. This is the bleeder screw. Just a little bit open, so when I go ahead and plug it in, I can compress the cylinder if a little bit of fluid wants to come out. And now it goes right over here. On the other side, slips in like butter. Always keep your rubbers lubed, and it'll slip in and out like butter. All right, it's pretty much time to wrap her up. We got done cleaning everything up. We went through our brake cylinder, got all our springs on, fresh pads. And now we're going to do our extra due diligence with our AMSOIL products. So we're going to start out with MP metal protector. We're going to go ahead and spray a towel here. Boom, come here. And we're going to hit inside this mating surface. And this is what basically goes right up against this bracket here. So you see this whole bracket. We're going to wipe all this metal, the threads. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep it from rusting. and it's going to drive out moisture, which is really important. Now we're going to come and hit a couple other little pivots. Just a little extra due diligence, very little, because if you do too much, basically that's going to drip inside the drum. So you don't want to do a lot. Very minimal. And we're going to hit one more pivot back here, right there on that cable, and the pivot up here, and right behind here, right there. You can't see it back there. And then that, and that's it. Now we're going to demonstrate HD. This is metal protector, but this is a heavy duty version. This is for all your heavy duty steel. And this is for salt, all kinds of really, really harsh conditions. So I want to show you what it looks like. Very red. We're going to spray this coil here. See that coil? Here we go. And it leaves like a very red coating. And that coating really puts a thick film on there. And that actually dries. Takes about a day. And that protects against salt. So if you live back east, that's definitely what you want to use in the whole under of the car. We're going to be hitting this thing and tapping everything. And now, on to our last one, and that's Mudslinger. This is a proprietary spray. It's a new aerosol for AMSOIL, and it's like a non-stick. And a lot of people, they go, oh, well, I just use this, or I use, bacon fat, or this, that. Well, of course you can use anything, but what AMSOIL does is they make things proprietary, and they test them for specific applications. So this isn't going to be like just using, another product that's a do-all. This is specifically for one application. So this goes in wheel wells, plastic fenders, sprays really good. So you'll see this wheel well up here. Watch how good this thing sprays. Super powerful. You put this whole film on, and that film doesn't let all these rocks, mud, sand, everything, all that crap, it doesn't let it stick. And even if you're doing in the snow, like in the winter, when all that snow packs up, it actually just falls off on its own. So if you live back east, definitely a killer product to have. Now we're going to go ahead, throw our drum on, and we'll be back next time. Cheers to protection, protection, protection. And also, if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. And we have a whole playlist on this little angel. 225 inches, 4,950 pounds of American rolling steel. And we did the engine flush, the coolant, the brake fluid. And we're just keeping going, keeping the whole saga going. And it's a lot of fun, so definitely subscribe. You want to follow along with this. We're going to have this thing running probably about 30 to 40% better than when it was brand new. And we're not going to really be changing the way it looks. So it's going to be quite a journey, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you have any questions about this stuff, leave a comment below, and we'll see you back next time. Cheers to protection, protection, protection. All right, we're doing our test drive after all the drums are done, and boy, are these they're tough to stop. These pads are pretty hard, so we got to figure if we can get some better pads. But so far, she's shifting good. She sounds good. Yeah, I mean the trans is running good. Car's running solid. Really, really good. So we'll be back to do some more fluids. And we're just getting some heat in the brake system, and that's pretty much it. The saga continues. We'll see you back.